Hello?
Hi, Simone. How are you?
Hi, good. I thought you were going to call me on my phone, so I think
Uh,
there was a miscommunication with management.
yeah, no, I got Skype, but I'm normally used to phone and I hardly ever do Skype, so it took me ages to set it up, but I got it.
Okay, no problem. Cool. Yeah, I got a little bit less than 10 minutes because then the other interview will start, but I'll talk extra fast.
Okay, that's all right. I only got a few questions anyway, so I'll start now.
Cool.
You're like coming to Australia in a month, so that's not long at all. It was a couple of years ago you were here, but are you looking forward to it? And how was it last time you played?
Well, 2013 was the first time, and also, yeah, we had four shows, and we had a great time. We heard great stories about Australia from our colleagues, and we finally made it. So we were super happy. We had a great warm welcome,
Mm-hmm.
and we were hungry for more. So we're very excited to be heading back down under real soon. Just like 12 days until we fly. We first go to New Zealand and then we go to Australia.
Yeah, I know you've got quite the following in Europe. Do you find you get as many people to an Australian show as you would, a show in, Finland or Sweden or something like that?
Well, it's a little bit smaller scale, but I guess you have to start. You have to take a couple steps back because you have to how do you say, establish the band a little more by touring there. Unfortunately, because it's so far away, it's excuse me, it is impossible for us to tour there a couple times a year like how we do in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
It's just geographically impossible to do that. But still, we were very positively surprised by the amount of people, and I'm curious to see if there's going to be a growth, in public, if there's going to be more fans showing up. Would be great, though.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be because I know a lot of people know who you are now, so I think the word's getting out.
Cool.
Yeah, you've actually been playing since 2002, and I checked here, and you're only like a couple of years older than me, so that means you must have been like 17 or 18 when you started. How old were you when you first joined EPICA?
Yeah, I just almost turned 18. I think that's when I recorded the Phantom Agony, the first CD. So
Mhm.
yeah, I grew up with Epica. I started really young.
Yeah, and in those very early days, were you getting many people to your shows? Like, what year do you think EPICA really took off and became, a household name overseas?
It went steadily. We produce like every 2 years a new CD. We tour a lot, and I think by the fact that we toured every little venue in the beginning of Epica, we got a very steady and loyal fan base that kept on growing by the fact that we have been so productive. Of course, people have to like the music that we write, but we are very much out there, and I guess that's how we became a well-respected and successful band, and that we're still on the road, and it's still growing. So I think that when you have quick success, when it comes overnight, it can go away really fast as well. And by being really productive over the last 13 years, I think we've established the band and brand Epica.
Yeah, for sure. And would you say your taste in music has evolved a lot, since 2002? Do you still listen to the same bands you were listening to back then?
I think my musical horizon has broadened quite a bit. My husband is a musician as well, and he comes from a classical jazz background, even though he's also playing in a metal band. So there's quite a big mixture, and I always say that I don't like to restrict myself to a genre. If I'm open for any new music, if I like the melody, if I love the voice, since I'm a singer, I listen very plainly to the vocals. If I feel a connection, then I like the music. It doesn't matter which genre it is. So I still like to listen to Opeth, but I like to listen to soundtracks. I like to listen to Imogen Heap, to Adele,
Hmm.
and to Muse. Yeah, so, but honestly, I don't listen that often to music nowadays since I kind of prefer to have peace and quiet. We have now the seventh studio album coming up, so that's often being played in my house. My son loves to listen to children's songs. My husband is working on music, so it's impossible for me to on top of that, still listen to music, and I do like to give my ears a little rest every now and then.
Yeah, speaking of the new album, that's due out a bit later in the year, am I correct?
Yeah, we are almost finished recording after the Australian tour. I will be hitting the studios and record my vocals
Hmm.
for the first 2 weeks of April, and then I guess there's backing vocals being recorded. Choirs are recorded before my me. I think they're going on before the tour.
Hmm.
Same with orchestration. So yeah, it's pretty excited. It's seventh studio album already. It's really crazy.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about Epica is you do it, the proper way as well. You don't just play it all on keyboards as real, violin and cello players and real choirs. How do you organize so many people to come into a studio? It just seems like such a big task.
Well, we have a very good producer
Hmm.
who works together with us, and each band member has of course, their own instrument. But when it comes to choir and orchestra, Kun is the one who's working with the choir. Where Mark and I write the lyrics, and also the melodies are written by everybody. But then he's the one who is scoring everything, and
Uh-huh.
he's conducting the choir together with the producer. And the orchestration goes mainly via our producer as well. And he knows the people that do a good job. Same with the choir. I think we're having the same team as with the Quantum Enigma, maybe even some more people.
Hmm.
And for the orchestra, we've added a brass section as well, so it's not just strings, but yeah, we've expanded. It's going to be even bigger than before.
Oh, awesome. Now, when you play live, it's mostly, your backing musicians and whatnot, that's pre-recorded, but do you do like special shows where you get the orchestra and the choir out for the show as well?
Yeah, we have done it in the past. We've had like this classical conspiracy show in Hungary, where we
Hmm.
played with Hungarian choir and orchestra. We did two sets. First, we did soundtrack and classical masterpieces put
Yeah.
into a metal jacket, and then afterwards we had an EPICA set played with the orchestra and choir, and we released that on a live CD. And for our 10-year anniversary show, which was called Retrospect, we worked with the same orchestra and choir again, and we did a 3-hour EPICA set that
Mhm.
we also filmed for a DVD. So it's always quite a task to get those things organized. It's a financial thing as well, to not and logistic as well, to not being able to realize that. So we keep it for special occasions. But
Yeah.
it's a popular thing because that's how our music is supposed to sound live. But we have to kind of contain it all and bring it on a laptop with us.
Yeah. Do you think you'd ever be able to tour, like do like a full, like a full summer tour with the orchestra? Or is that just too expensive at the moment?
Maybe one day, but at the moment that's still quite expensive. I guess it will stay for a longer time, like single shows in different countries.
Yeah. Now, you've actually got a blog. It's called Smooth Style, and it's a bit about everything, makeup, fashion, music. Can you tell me how you got started with the blog, and do you get like a lot of people visiting you?
Oh wait, someone was calling me. Um, I started it about 5 years ago because I love to, do many other things besides Epica, but I kind of include them with Epica. I do my own hair and makeup, I design clothes, I buy my clothes, I love photography, and I do like to write about what's going on in my life. So I threw it all on the blog, and 5 years later, it's still going strong. I don't have that much time for it anymore because my priorities shifted towards my family.
Hmm.
So whenever I'm on tour, I have a little bit more time. I take my camera with me. So at home, I mostly take the photos for makeup looks and
Yeah.
products. I take them with me on tour, and I finalize the posts on tour. And on tour, I can make more like tour diaries and some photo shoots with my guitarist. Oh, next person calling. Like, has to wait a bit. So yeah, I do more blogging on tour because then I have more free time, and it's a hobby, and if my time is so limited, and I do think time is very precious, so I prefer to spend it on my child, and it's not a money making thing at all. The blog. It's
Yeah, for
just
sure.
some free products here and there, and that's all. It's just good fun. It's not a profession. Epica is my profession, and yeah, my family comes first. So, but it's still it's not like any other blogs where people are writing articles like two times a day because that's their job. For me, it's just a hobby.
Yeah, excellent. Well, it's kind of what I'm doing too with this website is basically just my blog. But anyway, I'd like to talk more about it, but I heard you got a phone call coming in, so I'll see you at the show, and I'll be taking photos, and I'll send them all through on the Facebook and whatnot. So if you want to have a look at them.
Cool. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have a very tight schedule, like 8 interviews in a row, like 50 minutes each. So I'm sorry that we had to
Yeah,
have to wrap it up.
that's okay. All right, have a good one then, Simone.
You too. I'll see you in a couple days.
Okay, bye.
Bye.